Welcome to Uganda's Talk Stage Hub. This is part 2 of the story of Kintu, the first man on earth, Nambi, the daughter of heaven, and his brother Walumbe. The story about the origin of Buganda and the origin of death among Buganda. In part 1, we journeyed through one of Buganda's greatest and most treasured legends. We followed Kintu, the first man, as he left the lonely earth in search of his beloved cow after it was taken on the heavenly kingdom of Ggulu. There, fate led him to meet the beautiful Nambi, the daughter of Ggulu. Their love blossomed, but before Kintu could marry her, he was required to complete 4 impossible trials. With faith, humility, and mysterious help of nature itself, Kintu carried water in a basket full of holes, brought firewood from solid rock, emptied a heart of overflowing food, and finally recognized his beloved cow among hundreds of others. Seeing Kintu's honesty and perseverance, Ggulu gave him blessings. The heavens erupted in celebrations as Kintu and Nambi were married, marking the union that would one day give rise to the Buganda people. At the end of our last episode, the joyful couple began their journey from heaven to earth. But before they left, Ggulu gave them one final warning. He looked into their eyes and said, "Whatever happens on your journey, do not return to heaven for anything. And above all, don't allow your brother Walumbe to follow you." It seemed like a simple instruction, a warning that would be easy to obey. But sometimes the smallest decisions bring the greatest consequences. As Kintu and Nambi descended toward the beautiful hill of earth, filled with dreams of beginning a new life together, neither of them knew that a single forgotten handful of millet would change the destiny of humanity forever. How did death first enter the world according to Uganda tradition? Why is the name Walumbe still spoken with reverence and mystery today? And how did one moment of hesitation shape the future of every generation that followed? This is the unforgettable second part of the legend of Kintu and Nambi, the story of how death came to Uganda. Let's continue with the journey. But if this is your first time here, please subscribe to this channel. The blessing of Ggulu rested upon Kintu and Nambi as they prepared to leave heaven. The great celebration had ended, the songs had faded, the royal drums grew silent. Servants carefully packed everything the young couple would need to begin a new life on earth. There were banana suckers to plant the first gardens, seeds of millet and sorghum, goats and cattle, cooking stones, clay pots, tools for farming, even chicken accompanied them, so that life on earth would flourish. The people of heaven gathered to bid them farewell. Many smiled with happiness. Some shed tears, for although Nambi was leaving to begin a new chapter, he would always remain Ggulu's beloved daughter. Before they departed, Ggulu embraced them both one last time. Then he spoke slowly, making sure every word was heard. "My children, listen carefully. The journey before you is long, but your future will be filled with blessing. You will have children. Your children will have children. They will fill the hills and valleys of the earth. They will become a great nation. But remember my warning. If you forget anything, do not come back, no matter how small it may seem. And above all, never allow Walumbe to follow you." As Ggulu spoke these final words, his face became unusually serious. Kintu noticed, Nambi noticed. Neither dared ask why. They simply bowed their heads. "We shall be further." With that, they began their journey to earth. The earth welcomed them with beauty. The morning sun bathed the rolling hills in golden light. Birds filled the forest with careful songs. Gentle winds carried the sweet scent of wildflowers across the plains. For the first time in history, the earth was no longer home to one lonely man. Kintu was no longer alone. Now he had a companion, his wife, his friend, his equal. Together, they built a simple home. They cleared land. They planted the first gardens. They cared for their animals. The lonely earth slowly became a home filled with hope. Each evening, Kintu thanked Katonda for the blessings he had received. Each morning, Nambi sang as she walked in the gardens. They dreamed of children they would one day raise. It seemed that nothing could disturb their happiness, but destiny often hides behind the smallest mistakes. They had not traveled far from heaven when Nambi suddenly stopped. She looked into one of the baskets she carried. Her face changed. Kintu, what is wrong? He asked. I have forgotten the millet. Kintu frowned. The millet? The millet for my chicken. She searched every basket again. It was nowhere to be found. My chicken will have nothing to eat. Kintu's heart became troubled. Nambi, your father warned us. He told us never to return. She nodded. I know, but surely he did not mean something so small. It will only take a moment. We shall return quickly. Kintu hesitated. Every word Ggulu had spoken echoed in his mind. Do not return. Do not go back. Do not allow Walumbe to follow you. Nambi, he pleaded, please, let us continue. But Nambi loved her chicken dearly. She believed no harm could come from fetching a little millet. It will only be a short journey. I shall return immediately. Against his better judgment, Kintu followed her back. It was the decision that changed the world forever. As they approached Ggulu's compound once more, they found something waiting. It was Walumbe. The brother Ggulu had warned them about. Walumbe smiled. His smile seemed friendly, yet there was something unsettling in his eyes. Nambi, he said, so you came back? Nambi answered honestly. I forgot millet for my chicken. Walumbe nodded slowly. I see. Then he asked quietly, are you leaving again? Yes. May I come with you? Nambi hesitated. She remembered her father's warning. Before she could answer, Walumbe picked up his belongings. I'll accompany you. Kintu immediately stepped forward. No, our father forbade it. Walumbe simply smiled. Your father is not there. Before either of them could stop him, Walumbe joined the journey. Neither Kintu nor Nambi realized that they had just carried death itself into the world. At first, nothing unusual happened. Walumbe built his own home a short distance away. He greeted Kintu politely. He spoke kindly to Nambi. He seemed like an ordinary visitor. Months passed. Then the greatest blessings arrived. Nambi gave birth to a beautiful child, the first child born on earth. Joy filled the little family. Kintu danced with happiness. Neighbors, if they had been any, would have had songs of celebration. The child grew healthy, strong, beautiful. Then another child was born and another. The family continued to grow. The earth echoed with laughter for the first time. The dream of Ggulu was beginning to unfold. Humanity had begun. Walumbe visited Kintu. His voice was calm. My brother, I have watched your family grow. You have many children. I'm alone. Give me one child to live with me. Kintu looked at him in disbelief. My child? Yes, I wish to raise one. Kintu gently shook his head. No, they are our children. We cannot separate our family. Walumbe asked again. Again, Kintu refused. Nambi also refused. Our children belong with us. For the first time, Walumbe's face changed. His eyes grew cold. If you will not give me one, I shall take one myself. His words sounded like a distant storm, but Kintu believed they were merely spoken in anger. He underestimated the danger. The following morning, one of Kintu and Nambi's children became sick. There had never been sickness before. No one understood what was happening. The child grew weaker. By sunset, the child stopped breathing. Silence filled the home. Kintu called the child his name. No answer. Nambi held the child close. She cried throughout the night. Neither of them understood what had happened. They had never seen death. They had never imagined that life could end. The next day, Walumbe appeared again. His voice was calm. I asked for one. You refused. Kintu looked at him with horror. You did this? Walumbe said nothing. He simply turned and walked away. Time passed. Another child became ill, then another, again and again. Whenever Kintu refused to surrender his children, Walumbe claimed one. The happy home that had once echoed with laughter became places of tears. Nambi wept day and night. Kintu searched everywhere for answers. He pleaded, he comforted Walumbe, but Walumbe could not listen. Wherever he walked, sorrow followed. Fear spread across the earth. The first family had discovered something that had never existed before: loss, grief, death. This is why in the Buganda tradition, Walumbe is not simply a man. He is the personification of death itself. And from that time onward, every death was believed to be another reminder of the day Nambi returned to heaven against his father's warning. At last, Kintu could bear it no longer. He lifted his eyes toward the heaven. Father Ggulu, help us. You warned us, we failed to obey. Now Walumbe is destroying our family. The cries of Kintu and Nambi did not go unheard. From the heavens, Ggulu had watched the suffering of his daughter, his son-in-law, and the children. Every tear they shed weighed heavily upon his heart. He had warned them. He had told them not to return. He had pleaded with them not to allow Walumbe to leave heaven. Yet, what had been done could not be undone. Still, Ggulu was not willing to abandon them. If there was even the smallest chance to rescue humanity from death, he would seize it. So he called upon one of his strongest and wisest sons. His name was Kayikuzi. Among the children of Ggulu, Kayikuzi was known for his courage, his patience, and his unwavering determination. He was a mighty hunter, fearless warrior, and a guardian of order. When Kayikuzi entered Ggulu's royal court, he knelt before his father. You called for me, father. Ggulu looked upon him with solemn eyes. Your brother Walumbe has brought sorrow to earth. He has begun taking the children of Kintu and Nambi. He must be brought back before all humanity is condemned by grief. Kayikuzi bowed his head. I shall bring him home at once. Without another word, he descended from heaven. When Kayikuzi reached the earth, Kintu and Nambi welcomed him with hope. Their once joyful home had become a place of mourning. The laughter of children had been replaced by silence. Nambi's eyes were heavy with tears. Kintu looked older than before, burdened by sorrow. Kayikuzi listened carefully as they told him everything: how Walumbe had followed them, how he had demanded one of their children, how he had begun taking them one after another. Kayikuzi stood quietly for a long time. Then he spoke. I will hunt him, but every person on the earth must obey my command. Kintu nodded immediately. We shall do whatever you say. Kayikuzi gathered everyone who lived upon the earth. At that time, humanity was still young. The descendants of Kintu and Nambi were few and enough that every family could hear his voice. Kayikuzi raised his spear and proclaimed, listen carefully. I'm going to capture Walumbe, but he is clever. He hides wherever people create confusion. So, from this moment until I return, no one must leave their house. No one must shout. No one must call another person's name. No one must sing. No one must beat a drum. No one must allow children to play outside. Even the animals must remain quiet. If everyone obeys, I shall return with Walumbe, and death will trouble this world no more. The people agreed. One by one, they entered their homes. Doors were closed. the villages fell silent. For perhaps the first time since humanity began, the earth made no sounds. Kayikuzi began searching. He searched through forests where sunlight barely touched the ground. He climbed down mountains wrapped in mist. He crossed rivers whose waters rushed over smooth stones. He searched valleys. He searched caves. He searched every hill. At last, he found Walumbe. Death had been hiding beneath the roots of an enormous tree. The moment Walumbe saw his brother, he fled. The chase began. Across rivers, they ran. Over rocky hills. Through thick forests. Across wide grasslands. Whenever Kayikuzi came close, Walumbe slipped into another hiding place. Sometimes beneath giant anthills. Sometimes beneath tangled roots. Sometimes deep in cracks in the earth. Yet Kayikuzi never stopped. Hour after hour, day after day, he followed his brother relentlessly. The gap between them grew smaller. For the first time, Walumbe began to fear. Finally, after a long pursuit, Kayikuzi cornered Walumbe. Death had nowhere left to run. Kayikuzi stretched out his hands. I have you now. At that very moment, a sound broke the silence. It was the laughter of children. Some of Kintu's younger descendants had grown restless. They had forgotten Kayikuzi's command. Quietly, they had slipped outside to play. When they saw the chase in the distance, they became excited. There! One child shouted, Kayikuzi! There he is! Walumbe is running that way! Another pointed. There! The echoes of their voices rolled across the hills. Walumbe heard them. In an instant, he broke free and fled once more from Kayikuzi. Kayikuzi cried out, No! He chased after him with all his strength, but it was too late. The silence had been broken. The opportunity was lost. Walumbe ran toward a place unlike any other, a land of rock hills filled with deep natural pits and ancient caves. Today, this place is known as Tanda. The earth where was full of hidden openings, some were narrow, some were deep beyond imagination. As Kayikuzi closed in, Walumbe leaped into one of the pits. He disappeared beneath the earth. Kayikuzi reached the opening moments later. He searched every tunnel, every chamber, every hidden passage, but Walumbe had vanished. It was as though the earth itself had swallowed him. For many days, Kayikuzi continued searching. He dug, he called, he listened. Nothing. Death could no longer be found. Finally, with great sadness, Kayikuzi realized the truth. He could not capture his brother. He returned to Kintu. I have failed. Walumbe has hidden himself beneath the earth. As long as he remains there, he will continue to emerge. And whenever he emerges, he will claim the children of humanity. Kintu lowered his head. Nambi wept once more. From that day onward, death remained on the world. To this day, many Buganda point to the famous Tanda Pits as places where Walumbe escaped into the earth. It's only 1 kilometer from where we are to Tanda, the so-believed palace of Walumbe. You may call it the origin of death in Uganda. So, this is Uganda Stock Footage Hub. You can subscribe. This is where we are going, where it is believed that Walumbe was chased by Kayikuzi. Kayikuzi acted as the deliverer. So, when he chased Walumbe ran up to this. The place where I'm standing now is called Tanda, where we have deep pits, always called Nyanga za Walumbe. This is one of one of the cultural and mythological places in Uganda. This is believed to be a place where the origin of death comes from. The story of Kintu, Nambi, Walumbe, and Kayikuzi. Let's journey into this place. According to tradition, he still dwells beneath the ground unseen by human eyes. No one knows when he will emerge. No one knows whose home he will visit next. That is why death comes unexpectedly. It chooses neither the rich nor the poor, neither kings nor commoners, neither the young nor the old. For Walumbe belongs to everyone, and everyone one day meets him. Although the sorrow entered the world, it did not destroy hope. Kintu and Nambi continued to raise their family. Their children had children. Their children had children of their own. Generation after generation spread across the rolling hills, fertile valleys, and forests of what is now Buganda. From them came the great clans, the traditions, the customs, the language, the culture. The royal line that would one day produce the Kabaka of Uganda. For this reason, Kintu and Nambi are remembered not only as husbands and wife, but as ancestral parents of Uganda people. Their story is far more than a tale about earth. It is a story about love that crossed the boundary between heaven and earth. It is a story about trust, obedience, and consequences of even the smallest decision. It reminds us that the wisdom often lies in listening to those who have gone before us. And it teaches that although death became part of human life, so too did family, resilience, and hope. Centuries have passed since this legend was first told around evening fires in Buganda. Empires have risen and fallen. Generations have come and gone. Yet the names of Kintu, Nambi, Ggulu, Walumbe, and Kayikuzi are still remembered. Parents tell the story to their children. Grandparents pass it to their children, not as a history record, but as a treasured part of Uganda's oral tradition. A story that explains the origins of Buganda people and why death became part of the human experience. Whether you hear it beneath the shade of giant tree around a village fire or here with us today, its message remains the same. Our choices have consequences. Love requires wisdom. And even in the face of loss, life continues through the generations that fall. Thank you for joining us on Uganda Stock Footage Hub, where we celebrate Uganda's beauty, history, and stories. If you enjoyed this journey into one of Buganda's greatest legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that these timeless stories continue to live on for generations to come. Before we conclude, it is believed that Kintu didn't die, that when one day he went hunting, but he did not come back. What does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. Until next time, thank you for watching, and may the rich heritage of Uganda continue to inspire us all.